Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.5 Let's Play. It is February of 1723. We've got a pretty nice start to our redo Let's Play town here. Last episode we got trade and farming and a couple other things started. And now we have to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing next to begin the expansion of the town from the original 9 houses and this little farm area here. We did have a couple families move out. The mayor's family left first, I believe, and then we had... Actually, this house is still vacant. We had an issue with some of the water supply, so I went ahead and added a second well during the time between episodes here, just very briefly. So we have a couple of things that we still need to take care of, and we will do that in today's episode. We do have this farmhouse that is under construction. We just have one guy working as a builder right now. But we could actually go ahead and hire a lot more of them back just to get this done more quickly and make sure that stuff is in a good position moving forward. So, we also have this messenger here that could be giving us some more stuff. I think we still have some inbound, and we do. We have metal parts, cows, and I don't remember what that is. But we have nothing set up for export just quite yet. We're still working on that. But we have a pretty good amount of stuff that is available. We just need to make sure that we are working toward producing more things. So let's go ahead and set this at 5 times speed and let them get to work. They do need to finish this one house, and then we should have more people move in as things warrant. We do have stuff for sale in our market stalls here, and we have women working in some of them. But we don't currently have enough to do the markets and the cowshed and the farm, so we're kind of bouncing back and forth between different things. So we'll let them go ahead and finish here. We do have our people at the trading post to unload. As soon as this house is done, we probably should also do a platform for these things. So let's go ahead and put one of these. Let's go right here. That'll get built, and that should alleviate some of the stress on the wells down here, because they are pretty empty. We don't want them to be moving out because they can't get any water. So we'll go ahead and get this built first. It's just going to take a little bit of time. See if 12 times speed will do anything, because having all this supplied from that little cluster of wells over there just really isn't going to cut it. This should help though. Should be just about ready to go. And that's all done. Perfect. Then we can go ahead and turn off production for both of these wells. And then, yeah, we just have a little bit of iron left in here. So next we should probably be thinking about where we want to put our town hall. And I thought it would have been real nice to have it next to the first house for the mayor, but doesn't live there anymore. I think the, yeah, this guy's the mayor now. And we still don't have any plows because the, oh, well, I guess I could have, at some point, yeah, it's already gone ahead and skipped plowing, so that doesn't matter. At some point I could have had the carpentry, you know, actually make stuff here. But that's fine, I guess. This house is done. And we had a brand new family move in, and I guess they're going to be the proprietors of the farm, technically. Not really, but for the sake of world building, I guess that's what they'll be. We have a couple trees right here, and we might be able to go ahead and get some of this situated as well. Let's go ahead and put in another archway right here. I'll just line this up with the back of this farm building. Right, like so. And we'll go ahead and finish that off with, that's not the right fence, but we will go ahead and finish that off with a fence. I believe it's fence 3, if I remember correctly. Yep. We'll just go ahead and, is it not going to let me? Might not. It's too short, I guess. Well, we can leave that open. It's not going to hurt anything. It just makes it a little bit more interesting over here. Okay, so Darkachi's back again. We literally just bought from them, so we're not going to worry about that at this exact moment in time. Looks like our water is slowly recovering. Probably should build another one But we need this guy to start repairing these carts because we kind of need them. So it's probably about time that we start doing the town hall. I would like to have it right in this general area because this is kind of the center of the town. Go ahead and pop this right about here. And then we'll end up moving these wells. I wanted to keep the campfire as the kind of central point here. When this is built, we'll go ahead and make a little square in this general area and just kind of reorganize stuff. So now that we have all of this taken care of, we should be building some more houses here. So village houses with gardens, of course, are going to be the way to go, at least for the time being. We have this little grid of 6. We have 3 right here. And I think we can go ahead and start putting in a couple more houses. I want to try to avoid sticking to the grid, as so many of you have suggested and wanted. So why don't we go ahead, right next to this farm, go ahead and put one more house right here, and we're going to start doing some more interesting patterns for building things. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and just put this house right here. Just so we have one more kind of like that. Put this in the end of the lot right here. And then it's kind of hard when you don't have a lot of stuff already built, but I think it would be really fun to have the map kind of get less and less dense the closer you get to the corner over here, in all directions really. So this will kind of be somewhat of a grid-based design right here. Then we'll also have the ability to just do random things, if that makes any sense. But it is a little slower going in the beginning. We should probably go ahead and have a couple guys at the forestry now that we have a couple more people here. We probably don't need to have so many men working construction, so we can free people up for other stuff. Guess we can, well, laborers are already, okay. Well, regardless, I can go ahead and get to work doing all of this stuff. Probably don't need to have guys employed, more than one guy at least employed at the trading post, unless we're, you know, actually actively doing trading here. So we have a farm, we have a cowshed, we have a smithy, we have a carpentry, we have forestry, and we have a couple of other things. But now, to fully take advantage of our cattle situation, we are going to need to get a slaughterhouse. So I'm not going to put this on the farm because it's going to take up too much space, but we'll put it in the general vicinity. So maybe up here. Let's see what would be the best place to stick this. Maybe something like this. Just pop that guy right there. Go ahead and put in some cart parking nearby. Actually, the cart parking could go on the farm. If I had actually left space for it, that is. Yeah, I don't really have a good place to put this at this exact moment in time, unless I go somewhere like this, maybe? Yeah, we'll put that there. That'll be fine. And then we also are going to want to start getting into milling wheat with windmills, of course. So we'll just need to find an interesting spot for that. Probably somewhere else in the vicinity of the farm, if I had to guess. So maybe someplace like right there, we'll just put that one. As long as our smithy is able to operate, we probably should have someone working there, no? You'd think? Yeah, so we'll let them get back to work making nails. We have here, we have plenty of iron. I think we're in pretty good shape. We're not quite ready to start selling anything just quite yet. Go ahead and make sure we can have this all set up here so these can eventually be filled so our cows don't die. Okay, so we do have a plow. That's good. So next season we'll be able to take advantage of that. And our town hall is coming along quite nicely. Should be done in just a moment. Then we can get into doing other fun stuff like adjusting taxes. I know that's super exciting. Alright, so we have the mayor is eventually going to occupy himself here. We're going to hire a counselor. Probably going to have to be a woman for now, just because we have so few men to work those different jobs. Okay, nobody's working here. We're not going to need 4. So we have a counselor. Okay, so now we can manage seasonal hiring, and we can also mess with all of this stuff as well. So we'll go ahead and bump up this wealth tax, just to make sure that we don't have any problems with people having too much money. So we'll just very quickly get this up to 50. That's where I had it last time. It seemed to work pretty well. And then we will think about how to adjust our other settings. Market products price, 100%, bump that up to 120. Purchase from citizens price, 90%. We will leave the rest of this alone for the time being. We can raise rent and stuff later, because I don't think, yeah, we have a couple that are over 100, so it won't really have anything to do with, wow, this graph looks a lot different when you don't have 1,400 people in your town. You can actually kind of tell 1, 2, 3 versus having, like, I don't know, 43 be one of these numbers. Anyway, that's fine. These carts are all working and they're all in use. Slaughterhouse is under construction. We're in progress to have some pretty good stuff set up by the end of this episode. I love watching them load up the clay and everything out of the pit here. It's neat, because this used to just be kind of like a static thing that you never really had to worry about. Now, in terms of charcoal, we could probably start exporting the charcoal. Go ahead and load up 8,000, because I think that's as much as they end up wanting to buy at one time. And there are a couple people that will buy it, or at least one. So we can have that in the chamber ready to go, because we are going to need some money pretty quick. And as we get more people moving in, we'll be able to fully staff everything. Might have gotten a little bit ambitious at the get-go here, but we will we'll see what ends up happening here. In terms of food, people seem to be still doing pretty okay, but we're going to get to a point pretty quick where we're not going to have enough food for everybody unless we really have our farm output substantially increased. Sowing season. Okay, so they weren't able to plant this? How did we only plant 2 fields worth of stuff? That's concerning. I guess we just have to have more people. Yeah, such is life. Speaking of, let's go ahead and save. I did have someone comment that I should be doing incremental saves that are unique instead of just overwriting, and I probably will at some point. I know, famous last words, right? Okay, Slaughterhouse, we'll go ahead and hire a worker. You know, actually, because we have the thing now that lets us do seasonal hiring, we can go ahead and disable them working during harvest season and just have that look like that so they can help with the farm. Works for me. And we have a messenger. They're not going to buy charcoal, but oh, how did I click on that? All right, we've got plenty of iron. Ooh, I wish I had built a sheep farm. We do have a little bit of time though, so why don't we go ahead and pause. Let's find a spot for a sheep farm. Let's find the sheep farm first. Okay, right here. I always forget where stuff is. And we don't have to have everything in the exact vicinity of this farm. And in fact, because it's a sheep farm, we should probably have it near the water, I would think. So why don't we go ahead and start right around here. Uneven terrain. This is all going to be uneven terrain? Oh, we'll put that sheep farm right there. And then right next to it, of course, we will have our fulling mill very near to it. Right here. And then, of course, we're going to need a tailor's workshop and a weaver's workshop. Well, not technically a weaver's workshop from the other thing, unless the description's not fully updated here. It's actually, no, there's no help text for it. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. we'll just go ahead and build one of these over here anyway. And gasp! Gonna follow the grid. Okay, well, that's fine there. Then a tailor's workshop as well. Go ahead and pop this over. Actually, we'll do this right next to here. Just kind of follow the curve of the river there. Now, if I can get them to build this sheep farm before our messenger leaves, then we can actually buy sheep. Yeah, I know, no sheep farm, so we can buy 10 sheep and 10 rams. We'll probably buy almost that many. Hopefully this can get built sooner rather than later. Yes, I did have the windmill kind of paused here because I did want to get this done. So let's see if they're able to do it. They have to get a lot of resources. Go ahead and hire as many builders as we can. So they have 18 more days, and it is going to take time, possibly about a week, yeah, 8 days for them to get here with the sheep. So there's a pretty good chance it could be actually done by the time that they have to leave, which would be ideal. Then we can get our sheep and not have to wait another super long time because we have negative money and we can't call a messenger to go somewhere else. So we're going to be beholden to that. They've got 12 more days. We'll see. Should be pretty close. Now the big stickler here might be the wood. No, we have enough already made, so that's good. Thatch, we're not going to have enough. We're not going to have enough thatch made. So we'll go ahead and get rid of one of the women there. And one of the women here. Have them go ahead and get started on the thatch. See, this is the eternal curse of having a very small population and very ambitious dreams to get stuff done. 5 more days, 4 more days. Let's go ahead and slow down and see, do we have anyone? Yes, we have one working there. So that will be, at some point, fully complete. They need a lot more wood. We might not get the sheep. We might not be able to pull it off. Because they have to have somewhere to go. Even if they're going to go to a fallow field, there has to be a sheep farm, or they will force them to go elsewhere. Yeah, we're not even halfway done. Not even halfway done. So before these people go away, let's go ahead and make sure we don't need any of this stuff. I don't think we do. We already have plenty of cows. So I think we're just going to have to let this go. And we can export sheep. I didn't even think of that. Maybe that's just a holdover from everything else. Oh well. We'll just leave that alone. Because there's no way it's going to get done in time for that. Which is a shame, but there's just so much resources that they don't have yet. I don't think I can really get away with that. Yeah, so we're doing pretty well here. We just have to have this plow fully completed. We should only have 2 oxen here. We have 1 here, 1 here. Oh, we got more? Huh. That's weird. Well, we will we'll figure that out, I guess. Yeah, so there's no way this is going to be done. We're still not even halfway done. All right, so we need to build some more houses so we can get more people in here. We have our first complaint about food variety. I imagine that's probably going to keep happening as people, no, they actually were able to buy stuff, so that's fine. We're going to start putting some more houses in. Is this, I think they're all occupied, yeah. So why don't we go ahead and build a couple of houses around the river here. Because we can. Not going to be anything super, super complicated. But should I have the houses facing the river or facing away from the river? I'd imagine probably facing away would be more realistic. So we'll go ahead and put just a few of them here. Come down this way and do the same exact thing. So just 3 for now. Should be a pretty good start. And we can go ahead and bump this all back up because the sheep are not going to be ready anytime soon. And they're still not buying any of that stuff. I wish I could do chickens. I should have built chicken stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to go too fast. We actually have metal parts in stock, which is nice. Textile, broadcloth, and warm clothing. We are probably going to have to buy more warm clothing because we only have 50 in stock and we can't produce any yet. So go ahead and buy some of that. And the rest of this we're not exporting anyway, so that's kind of irrelevant. We just have to get stuff built. So why don't we go ahead and get the windmill done first so we can have some flour for sale. And then they can finish the sheep farm because they still have a lot of resources left to collect. And the windmill was basically already done anyway. Okay, that's all done. Then we'll go ahead and have the season for the windmill be not planting and not harvest season. That's for sure. Just have one on season. And then when it becomes season for the windmill, they will start going. Seasonal hiring becomes less important when you have more and more people working in your town. But when you have a very small population like we do right now, it is kind of important not to mess that up. So we'll be doing our best there. Now we did have this cart parking done. What we can go ahead and do is we can relocate carts there, and we can get rid of the camp cart parking. That will free up some space down here for other stuff as well. As soon as these are gone, we can demolish that. And then we can start doing our little town square thing with the little campfire that I just now realized is very slightly off center. That's going to bug me for the rest of the playthrough here. But it'll be fine. Not everything has to be super perfect all the time anyway. So I guess they have to finish using the carts before they can move them to a different parking. I guess I don't really understand why. Huh. Oh, we'll find out, I guess. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now somebody else has to come back and get it, and then we'll be able to get rid of that. And this is almost empty, and that will be depleted as well. We'll relocate some wells. Sheep farm is done, which is good. We'll go ahead and turn on fallow field. Get this all stocked up here. Go up to 1,000 water because I hate stuff dying of thirst. And we can go ahead and get this stocked up. Just have one person here. Good to go. And now we got houses that can be built. This one is actually coming along pretty quickly. So that's good news. Then we can get some more people coming in here, and now we can hopefully make a lot more advancement here for the end of this calendar year. It's October already. The early episodes I like to try and keep within the same calendar year, more or less. I feel like it's a pretty good way of dividing up progress, but I would like a little bit more to get done before we call it quits on today's episode. So it's a little more entertaining to watch instead of just, hey, I built 2 things. This will be nice to have these 3 houses done here. I think they should be able to get those done before December. Especially if this one is almost complete. It's fun watching them. Especially at 12 times speed, they're very quick. Speedy. Then the thatch goes up and it'll be all good to go. And that's done, and it should be occupied relatively quickly. Maybe. And it looks like migration things are satisfied. I guess they're going to start building this one first. I wonder why they did that one first if we started here. Oh well. No matter. This one will be done relatively quickly. A new family moved in. They have an adult child. Okay. Interesting. There they go. They're going to start buying stuff, I guess. Resources collected. Now they can supply here. Yeah, we're making excellent progress, and our farm is... Oh, well. You know, sometimes I'm just not smart, you know? I feel like this is a discussion we've had way too many times. So we need these guys to harvest on the farm. Gotta get this stuff. If we only had 2 fields and we can't harvest all of it, that's really sad. Alright. Now I turned the laborers off. Might cause part of the problem. Well, I guess we'll see. We have a week and a half to harvest all this crap. That's exactly what we wanted. That's what we envisioned for our utopian society, right? Just letting all of our crops rot in the fields. Well, it is what it is. Stuff happens, right? Well, we will let that train wreck go as it needs to go. It's probably too late to get anything out of this field. Especially if they're already gathering all this stuff. Oh well. You live and you learn. At least we're going to have buckwheat. And we still have some wheat anyway. It's just a shame. We have all these that didn't get planted. Oh well. Yep, and there goes all that. They're all done. Go ahead and get rid of that. And that is that, I suppose. Guess we can hire the builders back. Sheep farm is just about fully stocked. And we have a messenger, so we'll go ahead and take a look at what they've got to offer here. Cows, no sheep, which is too bad. Well, we have plenty of sallow, we have some dried fish. We'll go ahead and buy some more dried fish. Go ahead and buy some potatoes because we did not plant any potatoes this year for stupid reasons. Charcoal, though. They're going to buy all of our charcoal, and that's going to help us out with a little bit of our money problem here. And I think that's going to do it for Durkachi. We'll get this house built, and then I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Got a pretty decent amount of stuff done here. A little bit quicker than the last episode because most of it has been on 12 times speed to try and facilitate building. But yeah, we've got all sorts of fun stuff to look forward to. Next episode, we're probably going to be finally getting the sheep in and getting that production chain started because clothing is important, and it's also a very profitable thing to export if you don't have a lot of people to clothe in your own town. Yeah, as we watch them finish building this house, this is a good time for me to remind you that I do live stream at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing Ostriv and other games as well. Hoping to do another live stream within the next couple of days once we get a couple more episodes of Formation of the Town under our belt. But yeah, go ahead and get me followed over there if you don't already. Lots of good stuff happening, and also on this channel as well, we just passed 900 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I'm very, very excited. We're only 100 away from me being a YouTube partner, which comes with all sorts of other benefits as well. So if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.